I have my mic muted. That's my fault. I am back. Sorry about that. Thanks, Matt. I have my I'm meeting with a TikTok guy tomorrow. So I have a meeting with a TikTok representative to hopefully get a stream key to avoid streaming on my phone so I can have everything on my computer. That way you guys can see my full chart and I'll be able to broadcast in both horizontal and vertical on TikTok. So I'm hoping the conversation goes well with the TikTok support rep tomorrow. That way I won't have to keep flipping back and forth my screen and you'll be able to see me kind of like the YouTube users see me, where I have my face in the corner and then you can see my chart. So I have a conversation with the TikTok rep tomorrow. They had reached out, so we'll see if I can get set up on set up like that, so you guys don't have to worry about me constantly flipping the screen all the time. We are in the ride together. What's up, Matt? How are you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Tracy, how's it going? 100. I heard you. 100. 100. No sign on my end. Okay. What's up, Sparsh? Hood update, sir, please. Thank you. So, what you doing? Yeah, so let me flip my screen here on TikTok. And again, this is why I want to get it on my support rep with TikTok to give me a stream key so that I don't have to keep flipping my screen back and forth. Hope I didn't miss the Bitcoin, bottom on Bitcoin. I mean, for me, there's no changes to it. I still am waiting for this wave 5 to develop. This for me, this wave 4 just kind of moved over here, and then we're waiting for the wave 5 to come. For me, this just doesn't really look like a bottom. I do have one more leg down. I could potentially be wrong, but I'm leaning on my analysis, and I put my money where my mouth is. If I ever take a position or buy a position, I make a video about it. The only ones that I've opened right now are Circle and Neo. I started watching you on TikTok, then switched over to YouTube because of the easier view. Yeah, 100%. Like the view on YouTube is so much better. I am broadcasting in YouTube on both horizontal and vertical. I need to figure out a better way to do the vertical, but I do have the option for those of you that are on YouTube if you want to see the vertical format, like this, the 9x16. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass on TikTok. Like the view is smaller, you don't see the whole screen. Obviously, you don't see my face in it, so that can be a good or bad thing depending on how you want to look at that. Like if you want to, not stare at my face all the time and just look at the chart, that's fine. But what do you think of these coins with 20% APY? I don't know. I mean, 20% APY is tough. And wasn't there a few of those coins last cycle in 2021 that had crazy APYs and they all just absolutely crashed? I could be wrong, but I remember there being all of these coins out there that were offering 15, 20, 30% APY. And I just feel like that's not sustainable long term because in order to do that, you kind of have to have constant price appreciation. And if you don't have that, then, it can put you in a bad spot. And I feel like that's what happened. Wasn't it Luna? Didn't Luna offer a crazy yield like that? And then it ended up crashing? Bitcoin needs to drop. When is this bottom? Again, I don't trade based on time. I get 26% on XCN. Interesting. I mean, XCN's chart looked actually fairly good too. When we looked at it last time on XCN, it looked fairly good. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any real as far as Bitcoin goes. This to me, this structure looks like this structure back here. You can see similarities between it, but these two structures just look so similar. And I'm not saying that history repeats itself. I mean, it often rhymes. It never gives you perfect entries, but this whole structure looks like this. You just have this choppy and then boom, dump. This to me is choppy and then we'll get a dump. Now, could I be wrong? 100%. I am human. I'm not perfect. I could potentially be wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm sticking to my analysis. I have not purchased any Bitcoin yet. Well, I already have Bitcoin back from 2022 to 2023. So I do have that luxury of sitting on a spot position that I am in profit on. So that's why I'm not necessarily eager to buy Bitcoin right now, because I'm fine with what I have. Now, based on my analysis, I do see one more dump down, which is when I'll, buy some more. But on my current position, I'm fine with that. If I don't get an entry here, then, so be it. But I don't really see structurally wise any other way. I looked at it all today. I mean, it just doesn't really look any different than what I saw a month ago. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5. I just really can't see it any other way. Trump needs to stop lying to keep the market up and just let it crash already. Yeah, I mean, it just, again, it seems very similar to the tariff stuff back in April of 2025, like right before that. Remember how just whipsaw that was? You would get like, oh, we're going to tariff China, and then we're not going to tariff China, then we are, then we're like, the price was just doing this. And that's very indicative of corrective movements. I mean, there's just so much uncertainty right now in the market, and you have a ceasefire, happening, but then it's like not happening. So then, what does that do? And the ceasefire was only for a 2-week period. So it's like, okay, what happens after that? Do they continue bombing? Do they continue with the ceasefire? Do they completely end the war? There's a lot of these uncertainties that you have. And obviously I don't have the answers to those questions, but when you have all these uncertainties in the market, it leads to corrective movements like this. And it either goes one way or the other. And, after all that clarity is had, you either get a rip or you get a dump. And that's why you see traders and stuff placing bets right now on what they think is next, right? You saw this big move up. That could be a lot of leverage trades coming in where people are going long in the hopes that Bitcoin's going to go up. And then there's also on the other side where people are loading up on shorts. So, you kind of just have this battle right now between, the longs and the bulls and the bears. But for me, I don't really play, like, I don't really use leverage. I don't, try to be like, oh my God, I'm going to catch the bottom perfectly. I'm going to enter and, this and that. For me, I'm more of a long-term investor. I mean, I do have some swing trades on my radar to take a position in, but I mean, structurally wise, nothing's changed for me other than the fact that this wave 4 is just taken forever. And that's what I see. 1, 2, a 3, this choppy 4, and then we just need one more leg lower. It's not like I get these comments all the time, like, oh my God, you're so bearish on Bitcoin. Like, what are you doing? Like, why do you keep, being a bear on Bitcoin? I'm not. I'm just, short term, the structure leans to more downside, but long term, after this last dip on Bitcoin, after this last dip, I'm going to be flipping to the other side and saying, okay, this ABC structure is complete. Well, the next thing is a 5-way move to the upside, and my targets are between 200 to 300 up here. So, like, then I'll be like, oh, well, you're so bullish on Bitcoin. Why are you bullish? Bitcoin's going to continue going down, don't you? Like, so you got to remove the emotions and stick to a strategy. And sometimes the strategy can be wrong. Sometimes it can be right. But if you're dealing with a market that is not certain, there's never certainties in a market. You're dealing in probabilities and using that to your advantage to predict what the next move will be. And for me, based on my strategy, well, it's not my strategy. I mean, it's Elliott Wave Theory, but it's just my specific technical analysis strategy. It supports a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more leg down. So it's not my opinion or what I want to be doing. I mean, I obviously want Bitcoin to go up and I want us to all make money, but I have to operate on a probabilistic manner and say, okay, what's next for Bitcoin? Where does it go? I need to make a decision on this. And the only way for me to do that is have a strategy, and that strategy supports one more leg down. And I've been talking about 60 to 50K now for the past 2 months, ever since February. Back in this region, I said, hey, 60 to 50K is next. And we've obviously chopped around here for a while. So we'll see what happens, but that's where I'm placing my bet. What's up, Topper? How are you? Will the new 50K bottom be coming? It depends. I don't really trade time. I trade structure. So, if it takes this last move a month, if it takes 2 months, if it takes 3 months, it really just depends, how long it's going to take. You can obviously tell that this correction has lasted for, 60 days, so almost 2 months, right? So it's hard to tell when the price will do what you want it to do, but I am leaning towards one more leg down. That is that's my trade. Invalidation is 87,193. I've been saying that now for a couple months. Up here at the top of the wave 1, meaning wave 4 cannot retrace into the territory of wave 1. 87,193 is my invalidation for this move. And then if price action supports that, we should get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the upside. If we get that, that is when, for me, I would turn into flipping to the other side and saying, okay, we have a 5-way move to the upside, then we'll have an ABC back, and then we'll have a next move up. So I'm just playing off a price action right now, being patient. If we get a 5-wave move off of these lows, if we get some explosive 5-wave move that rips through 87,193, to me, I would flip to the other side and say, okay, bottom is probably in. Now that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll get an ABC. And for me, that would be an entry down here on that pullback to then ride that wave up. And I'll show you an example of that. So with NEO, for example, it's one of the positions I took recently on NEO. Let me remove some of this stuff because I was doing some stuff on it earlier. But on NEO, for example, you can see on the monthly chart on NEO, you had, and this is kind of what I'm waiting for on Bitcoin to determine if a bottom is in or what happens next, is we've had this really big wave 1 and then this deep decline for a wave 2 on NEO. And then on the smaller time frame, you can see that we had a 5-wave movement off of these lows, off of this, this was the wave 2 that we just covered on the larger time frame. You get this really explosive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up, and then this ABC corrective down. And say you didn't time the bottom perfectly, right? Like you didn't buy here at the perfect bottom, and price moves up 134%. Well, guess what you get next? You get an ABC corrective movement. Don't extend that so then you guys can see it. You get an ABC corrective movement somewhere between $6 to $5.15. That is what we got. We had this A, B, and then C that kind of found support down here and then started rallying up. Now, if you would have waited in dollar cost average in these entries, you would have 51%, 61%, 70, 82% from that bottom, but the next target is 12. So the better risk to reward was wait for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the pullback, take a position, and then ride it up. So it's all about managing risk and having a proper risk management strategy when you're looking to take a position, because timing market bottoms and timing market tops is very hard, but it's about having a plan and a strategy. Give me a second, guys. Let me scroll back here. Tracy, okay. A ceasefire announcement, and that's as high as it could pump. Seems bearish. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, right? Like, I don't know what news is happening moving forward. I'm paying attention to it, but, we'll see. Can we have altcoin season at the end of 2026? I mean, for me, altcoins I do have outperforming soon. So when Bitcoin enters its, next phase, I do have, alts like XRP and Ethereum and things like that, outperforming just due to the structure. So on XRP, for me, this is like the current wave count I have for XRP. So the next target for me on XRP is right between like $5.50 to $8 in this 1.618 to 2.618 range. And that's, a 5 to 8x off of these lows, which, if Bitcoin continues going in the direction that I anticipated to go next, I mean, Bitcoin should put in maybe a 4 to 5x, a 3 to 5x, but Ethereum could put in, a 4 to 7x, and then XRP could put in a nice 5 to 8x. So I do see alts outperforming. Does that come in 2026? Possibly. But again, I don't trade based on time. I trade based on structure. For me, what'll happen on XRP and most altcoins is we have this explosive wave 1 followed by this ABC corrective 2, and then we'll get another 5-wave move that looks like this. So for me, I'll just be paying attention to the wave count, and as we get these developing waves up, that'll make me decide what I want to do with my XRP. Do I want to take some profits? Do I want to sell? All of it. What do I want to do? And that'll be determinant of how these waves come about on this upcoming move. If we get a really explosive wave 1 followed by a 2 and then a 3, we could shoot through these targets, and then I'll wait for the pullback 4 and then the final leg 5, and then I'll be dollar cost averaging out on the wave 5. That's how I plan to play most of my assets. And that's why having a strategy is really important. On the way down, having a dollar cost average strategy, and on the way up, having a dollar cost average strategy. I always dollar cost average. You can, kind of take profits at the top of the wave 3, wait for the wave 4, and then on the wave 5, just start taking profits on the wave up. That's how I plan to approach it, just so I can take some chips off the table on the wave 3, wait for the 4, and then take some chips off the table on the wave 5. That is a good strategy to me because that's how markets move. They move in 5 waves up and 3 waves down. So that's kind of what I'm anticipating. But having a strategy is important. Which time frame using? On Bitcoin, it was weekly. XRP is also weekly, and then on Neo, I was also on the weekly as well. Hey, looks like Netflix is starting its new 5-way move after ABC. We can look at Netflix for sure. Ask later. Atomic, what's up? What's going on, man? Time frame? Weekly time frames. Once the weekly bearish fair value gap fills 80 to 85, then we dump to 50s or lower. Possible, yeah. I mean, for me, these are the zones that I'm paying attention to now that. So the 2 zones that I was paying attention to. Let me go back to the daily time frame on the old Bitcoin here. So the 2 invalidation levels that I was talking about on my videos was 87,193, and then this level right here at 72,000. So we had this very choppy wave down, and then on the smaller time frame, this was a 5-wave move, and this was a 5-wave move. So what I saw on that was a potential development of an extended wave 3 because we had a 5-wave move down, a 3-wave move up, a 5-wave move down, which also could have been a extended 3rd wave with a 4 and then a 5. That was what I was watching. That was scenario number 1, and I said if price decides to go above 72,026, it invalidates that theory. So that price obviously did that. So this is off the table. We don't have an extended 3rd wave to the downside. Okay, well then what's next? Well, what I was anticipating with this being an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave is some type of A, B, C to the upside, and then we could get the dump. That's what I was saying. What was that, last week, I think? And then the zones I'm paying attention to that I've been marked all along is between, we had a pop to the 0.5 fib. We had a pop to the 0.5 fib here and then rejected. But the next key zones I'd be paying attention to is 78,000 at the 0.618. If price decides to do an ABC here, an ABC down, and then an ABC up, 78,000 would probably be my likely zone that this bigger ABC wave could fall into, meaning this would be the bigger A, this would be the B, and then we get a C wave up to maybe 78, and then we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. But again, the question that we need me to answer is not really answerable right now because we need to wait for price action to come about. But the price that I'd be paying attention to is that 0.618 fib here at 78,000. I don't know where the 0.786 is. Let me put that back on. Also, another key zone would be 84. So if price was to come to the 0.618, show no reaction, then we could come to the 0.786 and then dump. So really between 75 to 83 is a good zone for me to see some type of ABC movement and then a dump. That's what I'm thinking, but we could also dump from here too. We do have a 3-wave move. We could get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So if we see some impulses to the downside, that could be the start of the move, but price action will tell. Are you using full margin? So I don't really do leverage trading. All my stuff is spot trading mainly. I mean, even on my swing trades, it's mainly spot. Adding in leverage and all that stuff, just if you don't know what you're doing, it's just added risk when you don't need it. The returns are good enough. The only reason that people use leverage is typically they get a little bit greedy and want to use leverage to amplify their trade, and oftentimes when they don't have a strategy, they get liquidated. I think there'll be a pullback soon. Inflation reports come out after worse. Yeah, so the inflation report's Friday. So that was something that I was talking about too. So we had the Fed minutes today, which really didn't have much. No, not next week, this week. Apply settings. So, or no, I could just go to tomorrow. What am I doing? This week. No, let's just go to tomorrow. So tomorrow we have core PCE and GDP tomorrow, which we'll see how those numbers come in. That's at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. So we'll see how these numbers come in and affect the markets. And then, yeah, Friday we have CPI, month over month, year over year, and we'll see what these numbers come about. Usually CPI and these PCE numbers, they can bring volatility. It's not necessarily a fact, but it can bring volatility. So that is something I'll be paying attention to. You already did HOOD update? No, we can go to HOOD update. Yeah, we can do a hood. We had some questions on Bitcoin, so I was trying to provide some perspective here. Yeah, I mean, hood for me doesn't really have any changes, to be honest. It's just, we're just waiting for this next move up. You know, the zones that I was paying attention to on Robinhood after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move, and then I was expecting downside to 63 at the 0.618. You know, we saw a little bit of a bounce there, but I think on the daily time frame we had this rejection candle here, so we kind of pumped up and then, you know, rejected down. We'll see where that goes, but at these levels right here for the long term, like these are in my opinion pretty good dollar cost average levels. Anywhere between like the 0.786 to the 0.5 is a good dollar cost average. Between 80 to 40 is good dollar cost average entries. That, again, it depends on what your strategy is with Robinhood. If you look to, you know, hold this thing for the long term, buying anywhere between the 0.5 and 0.786 and dollar cost averaging during these levels is a great long-term position building. But, you know, if you look to just trade Robinhood, it's a little bit different. So it all depends on your strategy, but the next target on it's 300. That's my next target on Robinhood. Anywhere between like 300 to 445 is my next target. But again, it all comes down to your strategy. If you're just looking to, you know, take a position now and then sell within 3 months, that's going to be a way different conversation than if you're taking a position now to hold for 5 years. So you got to factor that in as well. You can tell how long a structure will last. No, not necessarily. I mean, there's targets, like with Robinhood, for example. After a 5-wave move, you get a 3-wave pullback, and then you get another 5-wave move to the upside. And yes, you have these targets based on the rules of Elliott Wave Theory, but you don't necessarily have like how long this will take. It's not like, oh, this wave took 4 months, this one's going to take 6. It doesn't really work like that. Can you do SPY? Yeah, we can absolutely do SPY. I think I did it. Let me make sure nothing's in here, because there was I post a lot of stuff for the VIPs in here too, but I don't think there's anything in here. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that I'm not sharing some of the information I just shared with the VIPs. But yeah, on SPY, again, this looks like a B wave bounce, sort of like an A, B, and then we should get a C. But the zones that I'm waiting for on SPY is 564. Oh wait, you can't see that. 564 at the 0.382 fib is what I'm waiting for. Anywhere between, really between like, call it 600, but more realistically 564. Once we hit the 0.382 fib, anywhere between 564 to 481 in this box is a great dollar cost average entry, in my opinion. And buying in here and then holding for the long term, you're going to do just fine. But for me, SPY has already completed a 5-wave move. So we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we already have a 5-wave move. I put this chart in there on, give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, there we are. So I put this is my Notion dashboard. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, I have a free Discord where I provide stocks. So far I put in NVIDIA. I put in, I realize that you guys can't see that, but for whatever reason, let me see if I can minus this out. Well, that doesn't really help. Let me see if I can scroll over. It doesn't really help, but let me add that back. Okay, so I add all these in here for free for Discord members. So if you join the Discord, this dashboard is available to you. I have it broken down by table. You can jump into crypto. You can jump into stocks. It gives you all the stocks. So I put in NVIDIA, Apple, MSTR, SPY, and Amazon. That's all available for free. I have a paid version, which is this right here. It's a little bit different. It provides some actionable insights, but I still provide value for the free members. I did this yesterday. I put in the SPY chart here, so I'll take you to it. So this is what we had in SPY for, oh, I can't move that. Okay. Let me see if the screenshot provides. So SPY's in its final, you can't see the whole thing. That's a pain in the ass. If you're on YouTube, you could see the full thing. But I'll jump back into it right now. SPY, my next zones are 564 to 522 is the next zones that I'm looking at. 564 to 522. But yeah, I provide all those chart uploads in my Discord for free. And it gives you these levels too. So you'll know what the wave count is and then levels that I particularly pay attention to. The paid version of my membership program is a little bit different. It has actionable insights and what I'm personally doing. The free version is more so meant as more of a guide with wave counts and these levels, but not really any actionable insights because I reserve that for the VIP members. But yeah, if you're interested in that, you can feel free to check out the Discord. I have everything in there for free. Let me see here. Let me scroll back. UNH. Yeah, we can look at United Healthcare. I can do that. Yeah. United Healthcare actually looks pretty good. Hey Nick, can you do Sentinel? Is that a crypto or a stock, Kush? Can you look at AVAX? Yeah, we can do AVAX. We'll do UNH, AVAX, and Sentinel. That sounds like a good plan. I like that plan. All right, so let's start with UNH because I saw that one first, and then we can jump over to Sentinel, and then we'll jump over to AVAX. I think I have everything in here from... When did I do this? Was this the last time we were on here? I don't remember when that was. I don't remember when I put that in there. But okay, so let's start with UNH. So UNH to me has, let's see. Yeah, UNH has a initial wave 1 here, complex corrective 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5 up here. So PLTR had a great fall. We can look at PLTR too. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on UNH, and you can tell after a major 5-wave move lasting, what's that, 88 to 2026. I mean, that's a long time. So we have a 5-wave macro move. These are 3-month candles, guys. These are like 3-month candles, so it's a massive move over, look at the date range on this thing. 138, so 12,000 days. 12,000 day move. So we have a massive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move. Then we have this corrective 2, which is what we saw here for United Healthcare, and it pulled back to, I'll zoom in here on the monthly time frame. Just give me a second. Make sure that I got this at the top here, and this is in screen. So we have a massive pullback on United Healthcare down to the 0.5 fib, which is, a good dollar cost average zone. Really anywhere between 343 to 212 is good, like in this zone, in this box, is a great dollar cost average entry to build up a position in UNH for, again, the long term. But the next target on this, if we go back to the 3-month time frame, is we have a 5-wave move here. So we can chart out this 5-wave move to the top and then down to the bottom. Let me go down to the monthly time frame just so I can get that target a little bit closer here. So the next target on United Healthcare, the bottom zone for me is between 343 to 212. The next target for UNH is really between 1,000 to 1,500. So these are my buy zones. This would be my sell zones on United Healthcare. We have a 5-wave move, and then we're going to start another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move up for United Healthcare. But the next target on that is between 1,000 to 1,500. But United Healthcare looks good. I mean, you have a really big, explosive 5-wave move, and you can see it clearly if you go to the 12-month time frame. So if you go to the 12-month time frame, it becomes a little bit more clear. Again, we're dealing with like massive moves on this, guys. So you have a wave 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Boom, really clear. These are 12-month. This is yearly candles. But you have a 5-wave move up. Next move up is another 5-wave move up. It could extend further. 1,500 or 1,000 to 1,500 is just base case. We could also see an extension. So that's not off the table. Sentinel stock? Okay, yeah, we can do that. But yeah, we have a nice 5-way move with an ABC corrective down, and then the next move is up between 1,000 and 1,500 on UNH. What's up? Can you check out BWXT? Yeah, 100%. 100%. So just want to make sure I covered all those comments there. I did. Okay. What was the next one? Sentinel? Let's see what we got here. Is it Sentinel 1? Is that it? Sentinel 1, I guess? So I'm assuming. I'll give it a second. Is it Sentinel 1? Bitcoin analysis? Yeah, we can do Bitcoin analysis. That movie edits? Yeah, Sentinel. Okay, let's see. Okay, so these are 12 months, so we're gonna have to go down to the monthly. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much structure on this one, to be honest. Until we get some impulses off the low, it's really hard to tell what this thing's gonna do next. Let's see the daily time frame looks like. Yeah, there's really not much, honestly. Not much that I see. Until we get some impulses off the low, this looks corrective. So until we get that first impulse to chart out the 3, this one looks corrective. XMR. Oh, is that Monero? Yeah, we can add XMR. What was the next one? Avalanche. AVAX. AVAX USD. Oh yeah, we already did AVAX. Yeah, AVAX, my next target on it's 244 to 300 on AVAX. So this being the wave 1, ABC 2, and then wave 3 is next. So like 244 to 300 is my next target on that one. INNQ analysis. Yeah, we can do that. I've been seeing that all over the place. Where do you see the bottom for SUI? So SUI, again, like most cryptos, guys, I have a little bit more downside just following my Bitcoin thesis. You know, when Bitcoin goes down, it typically drives altcoins down. So for me, I do have more downside on Bitcoin, which would bring down Ethereum, which would bring down altcoins. So there's really no, like, again, with altcoins right now, they're down. I mean, look at AVAX. It's down 94% from all-time highs. There's really, I mean, to be honest, it can go down more, but the risk to reward you're playing with altcoins right now is if you buy now, you know, maybe you get a 20% decline, but the reward is so much greater. So it's like, you got to play that, you know. It's not, with altcoins, timing market bottoms on altcoins is not the easiest thing to do because they're so volatile. But when you get big discounts like this off an all-time high, like, now's the time to buy, in my opinion, not, you know, wait to time a perfect bottom. Especially with altcoins because they're so volatile. Would you sell your alts then buy later when Bitcoin? Would you sell your alts then buy later when Bitcoin dips hard? No, so I don't do that. So I get that question a lot. Is like, well, if alts are going to go down, should I sell now and then buy later? To me, that doesn't make any sense because you're just adding more risk to the plan, and A, you're adding more risk, but B, you're, you know, putting yourself in a taxable event now because now you sold. So you're going to have to pay taxes on that. The better strategy for me is either A, if you have cash flow coming in, dollar cost average into the position and lower your dollar cost average and increase your position. That would be option A, or option B, just hold, because the downside risk to the reward of the upside is greatly reduced at these prices, in my opinion. Obviously, every alt's different. You got to be in some fundamentally sound projects. Like if you're in a shit meme coin that like just, you know, went from high to 99% down, like there's less probability that that thing's going to go up. But for something with like AVAX that has fundamental backing and some institutional stuff, you know, this thing will recover. But the risk to reward right now you're playing is, okay, I have 20% downside, but I have a massive move to the upside. And these things are already beaten to the pulp. So you got to factor that in too. And again, it comes to time frame. Everyone tries to get rich quick. I say this, I can say this until my lungs give out. Have a strategy, have a plan. If your plan is to buy an altcoin and sell in 3 months, that's probably not the best strategy, but give yourself some time horizon when you buy these things and hold it for a year, 2 years, 3 years. You're not going to get rich overnight. If you're trying to get rich overnight on altcoins, it's not going to happen. And I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's going to cause more problems than good. That is a good question. I just asked ChatGPT and he gave a similar answer. Good job, Nick. Thanks, Richard. What's going on, man? How are you? Welcome to the lot. Welcome back. Welcome to the live. But yeah, I mean, the better strategy is just to add to your position, because you're playing around with many, like, one, you're playing around with the risk that, say your average position is, you buy now. Say your average position on AVAX is $9, and then you sell it because you think it's going to go lower. But, say it does go lower, you don't buy, and then you're like, nah, it's going to go lower, it's going to continue to go lower, and then the thing rips up past your original entry. Then you FOMO buy, and then you buy at a higher price. So now you just, screwed yourself over. So not only did you increase your cost average, you have less tokens now. So that's one. And then you also have to pay taxes because you sold and it's a taxable event. So then that also factors into play. So you got to play in all these factors. But adding to your position as it goes down is better, in my opinion, than selling and then rebuying later. What brokerage to use on TradingView? It's up to you. I use TradingView for charting purposes. I don't integrate it with my brokerage. What was the next one? AVAX. Oh yeah, we were gonna do PLTR, then INQ. PLTR, then INQ, and then we were gonna look at PANW and then XMR. Okay. PNNW. Yeah, we can do PNNW. Yeah, so for PLTR, my zones still remain. We have an explosive 5-wave move up on PLTR. The zones that I would look to accumulate were between 129 to 82. And then the zones that I'd be looking to sell were between 452 to 653. So those are my two buy zones. We did have this A wave down. We kind of got a rejection here. Maybe we dump a little bit lower. But my buy zones on this were between 129 to 82. Sell zones between 452 to 653. Now, on the weekly time frame on PLTR, we do have this A wave, B wave, C wave right down to the 0.382 at 129, so that would trigger a buy. We have this pop up, which looks like an A wave, maybe a B wave, then we get a C wave, and then we get an ABC down. I could see that potentially happening. But yeah, 129 to 82 would be a buy zone on PLTR. I usually accumulate on stocks that I want to buy between the 0.382 to the 0.618, and then if it goes down to 0.786, I buy a little bit more. What's a good brokerage to use then? I mean, I use Charles Schwab for my stocks, and then I use Coinbase, and then I transfer everything to a cold wallet. I do have Kraken as well, so I use Kraken for some swing trades just because it has both stocks and crypto on it, so I can just have everything in one place, which is nice. But like TradingView and TD Ameritrade TradingView was bought by Charles Schwab, so technically it's Schwab. But I like TradingView because I just had some funds in there, so I use that for stocks. I use Kraken for like some swing trades, and then I use Coinbase for my spot crypto, and then I transferred over to my cold wallet. Do you support the idea of taking profit when we get little bumps? Yeah, I mean, I support the idea for sure of taking profits. Yes, 100%. But the way that I do it might be different than maybe other people to some extent. So on PLTR, for example, say, you identified this as a stock you want to accumulate for the long term. The zones that I would look to accumulate are between 129 to 82. So I would layer in dollar cost average in between these zones. Okay, boom. We got our dollar cost average entry. Now what? Well, the next target is 452 to 653. What I'm going to wait for is the wave count. So you can see on here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I would wait for next is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I dollar cost average out on the 5th and then take a little bit of profits on the 3rd. So that would be how I would go about dollar cost averaging out, is take a little bit of profits at the top of the 3 and then dollar cost average out at the 5th. That's how I'd approach it. Which, yes, but like when you get little bumps where it's like, you get a 5% up, no, I'm not looking to take profits there because I'm waiting for the major wave counts to develop before I start taking profits. So I hope that answers your question. Is Robinhood good? I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with Robinhood's. I think it provides a really good tool. Yeah, I just don't personally use Robinhood. Everything for me was on Charles Schwab in my TD Ameritrade account, so I just kept it there. Can you check out INFG? Yeah, we can check out INFG. What's up? Is that Papa Bear? What's going on? Wait, there was another one too. Oh, I forgot what it was. Let me scroll back. Papa Bear, what's going on? Or should I say Freddy? Hold on, I'm scrolling back here. Give me a second. Where's your comment? I know you were in here somewhere. Where is that? Can we do Bitcoin? Can we chart Bitcoin now that we got a little pump? Yeah, we can do Bitcoin. Oh, BWXT. Yes, that's it. Becker, I forgot yours. PWXT. Is this it? Oh, no, wait. What was it? PB... Oh, fuck. I just lost it. Because you had requested it a while ago. PWXT. What was it again? BWXT. That's right, not P. BWXT. There we go. Okay, BWXT. That was it. Okay. And then there, I also got to check out INQ as well. We can do INQ. Sorry, but can you explain quickly how you take your profit again? I got lost. Thanks, buddy. BWX2. Yeah, that's good. So the way that I take profits is whenever these wave counts develop like this, I take profits at the top of the 3 and then I layer out on the 5. So that's how I go about it. I take profits on the 3. You know, after we get the 1, 2, 3, I take profits up here and then I layer out on the 5. That's how I go about doing it. Remove 5 drawings. Okay, cool. All right, so BWXT, what do we got here? Interesting. I mean, this is definitely no wave 1, wave 2. Yeah, this looks like a 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1. Okay, so this looks like a wave 1 and a wave 2. And then let's go to the 3-month. The question is, after this, I mean, that pumped right to the 1.618, so that could be a wave. Low here, low here. Let's go to the monthly. I mean, this is definitely a 1 and a 2. Now the question is, where's the 3, 4, 5? I mean, that doesn't really look like a wave 1. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, and then one more leg up 5. That could make sense. Okay, so this looks like a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then it's currently in its wave 5. And then of the wave 5, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's in the 5th. So that's what it looks like on BWXT. So it looks like we have a massive 5-wave move here. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then a wave 5. The risk to reward on this looks, when I say risk to reward, like buying now, the better risk to reward trade is wait for this 5 to complete and then wait for a pullback. So if we get, price that goes up to say 300 or 250 or wherever this thing ends up going up to, wait for it to top and then wait for a pullback. That is personally what I would do. Just to eliminate some of the risk of entering. You never really want to enter on wave 5, specifically wave 5s of 5. To me, that just brings a lot more risk because you're entering towards the top rather than waiting for an ABC pullback lower, positioning here, and then waiting for the long term. So that would be how I would approach it. Again, it's not financial advice, just my opinion. But based on the structure, after we have this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 massive wave move on a since 2000 for the past 11 years, I would wait for an ABC pullback and then ride the next wave up. That's what I would personally do. So, say for example, this thing comes up to, I don't know, 300 and then drops down to 150, then the next target would be 622 in that set example. So if we top out at 300, pull back to 150, and then start the next wave up, 600 would be the next. So the better risk to reward is wait for the pullback and then the move up. That would be my personal opinion, just based on the structure. PNAW, yeah, we can do that. What will be the next wave in day time frame? What will be the next wave in day time frame at 150? What are you talking about, mindset therapy? When you say what will be the next time frame, are you referring to this current chart that I'm on or a different stock? Go. Thanks, Papa Bear. What was your stock that you had recommended? Can you put that in there again? BNXT manufactures parts of small modular reactors, good fundamentals for nuclear, boom to support AI. Yeah, that's why I think, is that Becker? That's why I think wait for this pullback and then boom, you would have such a better, for me personally, you would just have a better entry, because if you buy here, structure supports limited upside with a correction on the way. Fundamentals could look great, but structurally, to me, we are limited on upside capacity. Wait for a correction and then enter here. And then from a risk to reward standpoint, you're eliminating a lot of risk of a downside move by waiting for an ABC pullback. Same thing with like any asset. Nvidia to me looks like it's ready to pull back. Amazon, same thing. But after you have these, 5-wave moves, especially after a 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you're in the fifth of fifth, the risk to reward of a massive move up significantly is decreased. Whereas if you wait for a pullback here to one of these levels, in that scenario, the risk to reward is greatly reduced, but your return after buying here is greatly increased, because, if you buy here at wave 5 at 228 or wherever price is right now, 231, if we pull back to 150, you're down on your trade already. And then 200 to 600 is very different than 150 to 600. So that would just be my piece of, I guess, my opinion, so to speak. Soundhound. Yeah, we could do Soundhound. Okay. So I know there's a lot of chart requests here. I'm trying to get through some of them. Are we going to pull back for Bitcoin? Yeah, so there's no changes to the Bitcoin chart for me. We're still waiting for 60 to 50K. What is a stock to invest in for starters? That's a great question. If I were a starter in investing, it depends on your risk appetite and, what you can handle from a risk to reward. I would say stick to the majors. I would say stick to, the Teslas, the Nvidias, the Apples, the Microsofts, the Amazons, like things with a little bit more, like a little bit less volatility. I would say stick to the indexes like SPY. I think for that type of risk, why is this SPY? What is this? That's not the one. This is the one. Like major indexes are going to have a lot more volatility. It really depends. Like I think a lot of newcomers look to get into crypto not knowing that crypto is really volatile, and they don't know when to buy or when to sell. They get in and then their position's down 80, 90%. And then they get fearful and then they sell their position and they lose money, where, again, that's why having a strategy and a long-term thinking is really key. I do have, again, if you guys are interested in this, the Discord's for members that are all the way from beginner stage to advanced. I definitely check out my Discord. I provide, where's my chart thing? I provide, updates with stocks and cryptos to look at. So I have everything in here from Nvidia, Apple, a few different cryptos, MSTR, Amazon, SPY, and then you get the time frame it's on, the asset class. You can filter by crypto or stock or just view it all on a table. You get the date I updated it, the last time I edited it, the screenshot of it, so you can click the screenshot and view the whole asset. I also put my trading view link in there too, so you can view it. But I have a free, this is the free version of the library. So if you're a newcomer to investing and just not necessarily sure where to start, I would say check out my free Discord and play around with it. I provide stocks in there every single day. I look to add anywhere from 3 to 5 stocks / cryptos into this database every day, and then you can search it, you can filter by time frame, you can filter by asset class, but it's just a free tool that I want to give my members. I do have a paid version of it. You know, I do have a VIP service. There are some VIPs in the TikTok live right now that I provide more detail on, and I specifically lay out zones of when to buy and when to sell. But as far as newcomers, I would definitely say check out that free Discord, because I don't know, I may be biased because it's my Discord, but I feel like I provide a lot of value. So for those of you that are in the Discord, you can back me up here, but I do feel like I do provide a lot of value in those charts for free. Hi Nick, could you please take a look at ADA? Curious where you think it could go. Yeah, 100%. Oh, we were gonna do INNQ, ONK. I think we've done this one already. This thing has been talked about a ton on social media. I see it all over my For You page because like I post crypto and stock content, so I'm constantly doing all this shit all the time, and I see this thing just pumped out so much. But on a month, let's go to the weekly time. On the weekly time frame, you know, we have some level of structure here. We have what looks like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 4 or 5 wave movement up on this initial wave 1. A wave 2. It looks to me like we're in a extended third wave. So this being the wave 1 with an A, B, C, wave B, and we're in the wave C right now. And then we should start the next wave up. For this specific asset, let me make sure I got these things right. My next targets on these for a buy zone was between 36 to anywhere between 36 to 24, so we're in that zone, and then 100 to 150 was my next zone. So buy zones were here, and then sell zones were up here. And then we should get a pullback 4, and then a final leg 5. But it looks like a good chart. I mean, it definitely structurally supports that. It kind of looks like SoFi almost. It looks like an extended third wave. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Value for sure. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I know Papa Bear, aka, I won't reveal your Discord name, but I know Papa Bear is in the VIP, so that he is. So I'm pretty sure that he can provide some context on it. But I post and the VIP is very different. The free version is more so like general chat. You know, there's some sports chat, degen chat, just for like the community members to, you know, talk amongst themselves. I do have that Notion dashboard that I showed y'all that provides all the stock analysis for free. And then obviously I have a paid version where we do coaching calls 3 times a week. For those of you that are interested in learning Elliott Wave Theory and like how I chart, I do coaching calls. We typically jump on the Discord call for about an hour, hour and a half, and we go through coaching, market analysis, all that good stuff. And that happens every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And that's more like really in-depth coaching calls where I kind of train everyone how to do Elliott Wave Theory if they so choose. If not, you know, you don't necessarily have to join the coaching calls. I provide my swing trade ideas that I'm taking positions in. I provide my long-term analysis on stocks that I'm looking at, where I'm personally buying, where I'm personally looking to sell, and then some PDF resources and some books to take a look at. So both, I feel like, provide value, but in different ways. Tarek, you a cool dude. I appreciate that. I'm trying to build out a really big, like I want to make my goal is to make my Discord channel like a place that investors anywhere from beginner stage to advanced stage can come to and get all the information they need about stocks, about cryptos, you know, about where the charts are, what wave counts they're in, you know, where are some buy levels, where are some sell levels. My goal is just to provide a huge and like almost investment database for people to come in and say, okay, I'm new to investing. Where do I start? Boom. You go to the chart, the database. You go to this database right here and you say, okay, I'm new. Where do I start? Oh, wow. I see my favorite asset. I see NVIDIA. I want to go take a look at that. Let me go to the screenshot. And then boom, I have my entire wave count with buy zones that I'm looking at. All right, that's a good starting place for me. So I'm just trying to make it as a really big investment database for people to come into and, get a lot of value up from. I miss SoFi. No, we can do SoFi. I mean, we looked at SoFi before. It almost looks like INNQ. You can tell by the structure on it. Like, they look very similar. So you have this building from what looks like an extended third wave. So you have this wave 1 and wave 2, which is like INNQ, and then you have this wave 1, 2, and then a wave 3 developing with this 4, 5 to complete this larger wave 3. But it looks like an extended third wave. As far as the buy zone, we popped down to the 0.618. So really the buy zones were between $22 to $16. Sell zones between 53 to 77 for a take profit on this mini wave 3. Then we'll get a pullback 4 and then a final leg 5. So we're kind of in that buy zone right now, in my opinion, and then sell zones to come. But that it kind of looks like INNQ. It very much looks very similar. A lot of health information is very knowledgeable. Thanks, Papa Bear. I appreciate that. Some influencers are arrogant. Yeah, I mean, I'm a humble dude. I try to, I'm human too, right, guys? Like, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not going to be perfect. As much as I would like to be, it's just not the case. I'm a human person. Like, I make mistakes. And just the chill job made it, y'all. What's going on? I mean, again, I'm human. I make mistakes. But I go with what I have at the chart, and I do my best to follow the rules of Elliott Wave Theory to make sure that I'm abiding by all of these rules, because sometimes when you look at charts, people can look at a chart and everyone says, well, Elliott Wave Theory is subjective. Well, it can be subjective. There are certain rules that you have to abide by. And typically when I look at charts of other, I've seen charts before and I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I'll look at people that'll say, well, this is a wave 1 back here. And I'm like, no, it's not. The reason it can't be is because it's a 3-wave move. Like, you can't have a 3-wave move as an impulse. You need a 5-wave impulse. And there's a lot of times where I'll just look at charts of creators and it's no disrespect to them. It's just, you have to follow the rules. So I do my best to follow the rules. I do my best to make sure that I double and triple check the charts to, provide the best confluence zones. But, I also do what I say. Like, with Neo, for example, I identified a move, a 3-wave move. Pay attention to films. I'm not sure what you mean. In a 3-wave move, if you have a 3-wave move, that's a correction wave, not impulsive. So I also practice what I preach. Like with Neo, for example, I had this as a big macro wave 1, followed by this macro wave 2, and then I saw this impulse off the bottom. So I put my money where my mouth was and I took a position. So I saw this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC pullback, took a position, and then I'm holding for the next target. And the larger time frame target's a lot different. So my short-term time frame target is $12 to $16. Longer time frame around 93 to 100 is my longer time frame target. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll get a pullback. Then we'll get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a pullback. So on the longer time frame, I have 93. Shorter time frame, 12. Did I take a position on Hood? No, so I didn't take a position on Hood. I liked Neo. Took a position there. I'm waiting on, instead of buying Robinhood, I wanted to buy MSTR, BMNR, and SBET. Those are the ones that I wanted to allocate my funds to. While I like Robinhood, I'm still thinking about it. But I just wanted to grab MSTR. I wanted to grab BMNR and SBET just because I like the risk to reward on those a little bit better. And they're kind of in the similar space to some extent. I mean, obviously it's very different, but they're in some level of similar space, kind of in that crypto space. So I took a position or I want to take a position in MSTR, BMNR as opposed to Hood. How long will it take? So I don't chart based on days. That to me, if any creator is telling you or any person's telling you, you know, this move's going to happen in this period of time, I would definitely question that. World Liberty Financial, I'm guessing what that is. WLFI. Yeah, that's definitely what that is. Okay. I mean, on the chart, it doesn't really show us anything. It's just, you know, crashing down. So until we get an impulse off the low with a correction in a wave 3, there's really no telling where this is going to go. Do we correct a little bit further with Bitcoin and then show some, you know, some structure to the upside possibly, but there's no telling where this is going to go. Smeechy? I think we did Smeechy before. Smeechy. Let me see. When did we do Smeechy? I'm trying to remember when we did this. I want to say, let me see, hold on, this should be back here. Yeah, I mean, on the longer time frame, let me make sure, hold on. Let me go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the start of the move, this is just a really explosive wave 3, but you have this 5-wave move here for a wave 1, a corrective 2, and then you have this explosive wave 3, which, yeah, it's an explosive wave 3. You have the 4, 5, then you have this drop here. Yeah, so yeah, the net, I mean, it looks like a pretty discounted level right now for Smeechy, or however you say this stock. You have the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should get one more wave up for the 5. And the potential zones on that would be 188 to 200, like between 200 to 230 would be the next zone on that. But we have a 5-wave move. We have this big ABC corrective structure. And then we'll get, you know, one more leg to the upside. And then as we get this next price action, we'll have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, which we can chart out. But yeah, there's still, this one looks like it's in its wave 4 with a wave 5 to go. Which time frame do you use to chart? I use monthly, daily, and weekly typically. I don't really go much lower than that. Rivian? I think I checked out Rivian before. I didn't really see anything. Yeah, there's really nothing on Rivian. It's just a big decline. So really, and this move right here, this is, why can't I get the paintbrush? This whole move right here is just choppy, no impulses. Until we get, you know, an impulse off the low, really no telling where this is going to go. PNW, we can do PNW. What time is it? 7:48. Okay. Oh, XMR. Yeah, that's right. I was supposed to check out XMR a while ago. Oh, all right. XMR just looks like it's in a corrective 2 almost. Like on the 3-month, it looks like we have this big wave 1. Maybe this is a wave 2, and then this is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2 developing, or this is a big wave 1 with an A, B, C, and then we're in the next impulse, but let's dig into that. So monthly kind of gives us structure. Yeah, because we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a wave 1. Now the question is, this structure, I mean, this is definitely an A, B, C, 2. Now the question is this an impulse wave or a corrective wave? 1, 2, 1, 2. Doesn't look as convincing. I mean, this looks like a wave 1 with a wave 2. And this could be a 1, ABC 2, 3, 4, 5, but then that would be a wave 3. 1, 2, 3. It's not really giving me any conviction there, because this goes into that territory. 1 ABC. This looks like an impulse of 1 with an ABC2. What the fuck is that structure? Huh. This one's super complex, I'll tell you. I mean, from a larger... that looks almost like a corrective 2. That's weird. We definitely have a wave 1. That's for sure. This is a wave 1. Now, the question... I mean, it honestly looks corrective, to be honest. It looks like a big A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, and then we might get an E wave down, and then you start the impulse, because none of this price action, especially on the weekly, like none of this price action looks impulsive. Everything's kind of overlapping. You know, we have this big ABC, and then we almost have like this ABC A, B, ABC C, and then this ABC A, B, and then maybe a C wave down. Yeah, this thing's tricky. My lean is it's in a corrective 2. And, I mean, this corrective wave here came down pretty far. We're still kind of sitting at the 0.382, but this one's a little tricky for me. I'm not going to lie. Like, the structure is just not very clear. It almost looks like a 1, A, B, C, D, and then you get one more leg down and then a pop. There's still a third wave to be had. It's just a matter of when that bottom comes in for this 2. You know, if you wanted to start dollar cost averaging here, and then as this thing comes down, just continue to add and then wait for the 3, that could be a strategy. But this whole move looks like an A wave, A, B, C, B wave, and then we might get an A, B, C, C wave, and then a pop. But it just looks funky to me. This right now is 3-month time frame. Yeah, just it's not as clear, to be honest. H bar is interesting. I like H bar. I have H bar. Ondo's incorrected. There's no structure for Ondo, so I'm not even going to look at it. We've already looked at it a lot on stream. There's really nothing here. I think Arbitrum was a little bit different. Yeah, Arbitrum, same thing. No structure, so there's really nothing to do there. It's just incorrective. AVAX we already did. Soxel. What's up, VIP trading? Soxel. I'm assuming this is it. I mean, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're in this A, B, C, D kind of structure. I mean, actually, this could be the A, B, C, and then we could get an impulse here. So let's go down to the monthly. I mean, this is definitely a wave 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, and then 5. So you have that. How much did this thing correct? Yeah, you corrected way below the 0.786, which that makes sense. And then on the weekly, that overlap? No, that doesn't really overlap. It almost looks like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, wave 2. It looks like the wave 3. Yeah, it looks like the wave 3 is starting. Now, the question is, how far did this... You retrace down to the 0.5, which would have been perfect. Let's see. I did that wrong. Yeah, I mean, the next target on this would be 144 to 170. That would be my next target on this for this being the wave 1, 2, and then wave 3. Well, really anywhere between 200 to 144 would be my next target on this thing. Looks pretty good. Semis leverage ETF. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, semiconductor. Yeah. AVAX, my next target, I think was like 240 or 140. I can't remember. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. PNAW. Yeah, we can look at PNAW. Sui, I like Sui. Sui looks pretty good. Sui looks pretty snazzy. Paul Alto. What we got with Paul Alto? I mean, definitely a wave 1, 2 for sure. 1, 2. Let's go to the monthly. See what that different looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so 1, 2. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we're working with here on this pullback. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I mean, the zones that I'd be looking to accumulate this thing is between 124 to 83. That's what I would be looking to accumulate this. This kind of looks 1, 2. Did that cross? No, it did not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A wave, B wave, C wave almost. It's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, I would wait for 124 to 83. That would be my zone. Because this could be A wave, B wave, C wave. Then you have an A, B, C up, then an A, B, C down possibly. Where's the weekly show? A wave, just some complex ass shit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. But yeah, I mean 124 to 124 to 83 would be my buy zone on here. Sui. No oil or gas tankers have passed through the Strait of Hormuz since. Yeah, we'll see what that brings. All right, we're gonna do Sui and then Bitcoin because I was a little later today, but I'm gonna do Sui and then we can cover Bitcoin and then I'll probably log off here because I want to get some. I'm tired today. I had a busy work day building out the Discord and a bunch of other just work related stuff. So I'm gonna take it easy tonight so then I can be fresh for tomorrow. Night on white Discord. Yeah. So if you go to the link. If you go to the link tree in my Twitch bio, that contains the Discord. Or maybe I need to figure out a way to get the Discord as a command. I'll work on that. Discord command for Twitch. I'll work on that. That's my apologies on that one. But yeah, Sui, the next target I have on that is 870 to 13. 870 to 13. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and for the VIPs, we'll do same time we did on Tuesday. We're gonna do a coaching call at 11:30. I think I might have we might do 11 instead of 11:30, but I'll make an announcement tomorrow morning and see if you guys can do. If you can't do 11, we can still stick to the 11:30. But I might have a 12:30 meeting for like my actual job, so just want to throw that out there. But yeah, somewhere around 11:30. Okay, so on Sui, we have the 5-wave move up, the ABC down. Next target's $8.70 to about 13. Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Absolutely. I'll be there probably. Okay, yeah, let me know. I mean, if these times don't work, we might have to adjust, but we can talk about that in the VIP channel. If we need to adjust, we can, because I want to make sure that I'm accommodating everyone. But yeah, let's end with Bitcoin because I know that's on everyone's mind right now. But the zones that I'm paying attention to for Bitcoin that I had mentioned was between 71 to 78 as a potential topping point for this wave 4. So if this wave 4 comes here or here, it doesn't really matter. We still have one more leg to go for the wave 5. So waiting for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop. No changes to that. Take it how you will. If you agree with it, great. If you don't, then is what it is, man. I can't help you. I'm not an emotional trader, so every time Bitcoin pumps 3 to 5%, everyone loses their shit. But at the end of the day, sticking to a plan, you'll do all right. Market is dumping as we speak. Yeah, because what? We got rejected. But again, it's not... To me, this is just a little. It's not much. Like, if we were seriously dumping, it would be like this. You know, we get a huge candle down. But to me, this is just the market trying to find its footing. I do think we'll probably have one more dip here in the next couple weeks. Again, we'll see how economic data comes out next week, the next couple days. And, you know, see how that plays into effect. But if inflation comes in hot on Friday... The Fed said today that they were open to cutting interest rates. They were open. I think they said they were open to cutting interest rates soon. But if the inflation comes in hot on Friday, they're going to back out on that interest rate stuff. So we'll say thanks again for streaming. Always great to be here. Absolutely, Matt. I appreciate the support. I really do. Trying to make these streams as educational as I can, but not giving away too much information, because I want to make sure that the VIPs are getting, you know, the most exclusive membership like option. So I always try to cater to them more and, you know, make sure I'm providing enough information to them, while also giving enough information for the free members where they still feel like they're getting a bunch of value. So with that being said, you know, Bitcoin, I still have one more leg down. If you want to check out the Discord, the link's in my bio. Again, on the free version, I have a Notion dashboard with everything in here. So go check it out. And then there's the VIP, you know, section as well. But that's obviously for VIPs. So it's going to 4. Yeah, so this whole structure for me right here is just a wave 4. Now, depending on where this wave 4 ends up, you know, we'll see. But for me, the wave 4 is not done yet. It could end here and we could drop from here, which would be interesting if we, you know, start this decline here. But the thing that I'm waiting on next is a 5-wave move to the downside. Once that's complete, then for me, the next move is up. That's sort of how I'm playing it. But yeah, I mean that. And if you guys want to join the Discord or have issues, just let me know. Again, it's free, so, you know, take that with what you will. But I feel like I do provide a bunch of value in there for the free members, and it's they've been letting me know that it's good. So excited about that. Drew, you're joining just as I'm logging off. I'm tired today, so I'm going to take a little bit of a rest, and we'll be back up tomorrow. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm about to log off here in a few seconds. So you caught me at the tail end, unfortunately. I was a little bit later to streaming today, so I didn't go as long, but I'm exhausted today. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely, Tracy. Cool. Good night. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys in the Discord for those that are joining the call tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. And then I was working. Yeah, I understand. Tomorrow I'll stream a little later. Today I was just really tired, so I want to get some rest tonight. But I will see y'all on live tomorrow. Looking forward to it. And if anything obviously comes up in the meantime, I'll make a Bitcoin video tomorrow morning. So we'll track this down, but no changes, 60 to 50K. I'm waiting. We'll see what happens, but I will see y'all. You just guessing, bro? Here we go. It's so funny when the haters come in. Appreciate that. But no, I'm not guessing. It's due to my strategy. So no, it's not a guess. It's all because of my strategy. So I appreciate the hate/support. I don't know. You boost the algorithm, so continue to comment on my stuff. I don't really care, because the more comments and the more likes I get, it just fuels more engagement. So you kind of help me. So if you think you hurt me, you don't. You just help me. So I appreciate it. All right, I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night, and stay safe. See you, brother. Haters are gonna hit. Yeah, I mean, it's regardless. It doesn't matter. It boosts my engagement. Like, they do it, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so cool!" Like, but you're actually helping my video get pushed out to more people. So I think it's hilarious. Good night, y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And stream.